Lead riffs with bending. Now we're going to take some of those bending techniques and we're going to put it into some lead riffs. These are going to come from the minor pentatonic scales, actually the first two positions of the minor pentatonic scale in the key of A. All right, let's start with the first one. It's going to start with the third and second strings barred with your first finger in the 5th fret. And then 7/5 on the 4th string. We're going to do that 3 times. Then it's going to go to the 8th fret of the 2nd string, double pump bend. Up, down, up. So watch that whole riff again. Now you can experiment with different variations in timing on this. You could do it more of a shuffle feel, even like, or you could do a little more faster in a row. Play the notes really fast in a row like that. All right, so experiment with these riffs as I show you them. Try to get your own little timings and variations of the notes even. You could change the notes a little bit and make your own variations. Let's go on to example number 2 now. I'm going to start with the 7th fret of the 3rd string, bend. And then it's going to go down the pentatonic scale. Now you notice there was one extra note we put in there, that 6 on the 5th string. That's actually a blues tritone. And we're going to get more into the blues scales and the blues tritones later on in this program. But for now, let's just work on the riff. This is a descending riff because it goes all the way down to that A note and it goes lower each note. Here it is. Where it goes down to that A note, that's why it's a descending riff. Let's go on to the third example. It's going to start on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. It's going to be a hammer on and pull off. And we'll do that 3 times in a row. And then a 10 bend on the 1st string. And now the last example. It's going to have your first finger barred across the first 2 strings in the 5th fret. And you're going to pick the 8 on the 1st string, pull off to 5, and then pick the 2nd string 5. Now you let the notes ring out with the first finger stays barred on the 5th fret. 4 times. Then move that first finger to the 8th fret, and you're going to pull off 10 to 8 on the 1st string. 4 times again, and then a bend on the 10 on the 1st string. So here's that one all in a row. All right, so that's the lead riffs with bending. These come from the first 2 minor pentatonic scales in the key of A. You could play these over My Mojo Is Back shuffle blues rhythm. It will sound perfect over that rhythm, that progression, because that's an A. And then you could also take the minor pentatonic scales and make up your own lead riffs with bending. I always encourage you to be creative. Think of little patterns, use these bends, play all 5 positions of the minor pentatonic scale that you've learned and been going through. All right, so get to work with these lead riffs with bending.